Object. In Carcassonne, your goal is to score the most points by the end of the game. Points are earned by building up medieval cities, roads, and monasteries. By placing tiles and strategically moving your meeples, which are game pieces, to claim areas on the board for points. The game works with 2 to 5 players. What you need: 72 tiles depicting cities, roads, fields, and monasteries. Meeples. 7 meeples in your color, plus an extra one to keep score. The scoreboard to keep track of points as the game goes on. Setup. Place the starter tile, this one, in the middle of the table. It has the darker back and the lighter letter C. Shuffle the remaining tiles and set them in stacks face down. Each player takes their 7 meeples of their color, plus 1 meeple starting on the scoreboard. Gameplay. Player moves clockwise. On your turn, you'll do 3 things. 1. Draw a tile. Pull 1 tile from the stack and flip it over. Next, place the tile. Place the tile on the board so that it matches the existing landscape. Think of it as a puzzle. Roads need to connect with roads, cities with cities, and fields to fields. Cities connect by their outer wall, like this, not this. So these 2 pieces can connect like this, or the cities can connect like this. The grassy areas also connect as fields. So with this very first piece, you can connect it in many different ways. You have to place the tile even if it messes with your plans though. No stashing it for later or trying to swap it out. 3. Deploy a meeple. This is optional. After placing the tile, you can choose to put one of your meeples on it. The only tile that you can put a meeple on is the one that you played on your turn though. And you may not place a meeple you recovered on that turn. And why play a meeple? Well, that's how you score. You score points by completing features, and you get the meeple back when they score. Meeples can gain 1 point per connected road tile, 2 or more points for every completed city tile, up to 9 points for a surrounded monastery. Again, this is optional, and you have a limited amount of meeples, and once you're out of them, it's difficult to get them back. If you do want to place it, but if there was already another player on that road, you couldn't put your meeple on it. If the road was broken up with a feature like this, that's the end of the road and the beginning of the new road. You wouldn't be sharing the road, and you could place your meeple on that road. If the roads between 2 players are connected later on, then it's okay to share the road. In a city, place your meeple standing in the city area to claim it. Same deal though, if it's connected to another city piece that has another player on it, it's a no-go. On a monastery, put your meeple in the middle of the monastery to claim it. Once a meeple is on the board, it's stuck there until that feature has been completed. Completed means the following. Roads are completed when both ends are closed, like this. When that happens, I can reclaim my blue meeple. I take the meeple off the board, and I tally up the score here and put it on the scoreboard. 6 points, and move them up to 6. Cities are finished when they're fully enclosed by walls, like this. They would be able to take their meeple off the board, put it back into their pile. Then they would tally up that score, 8. The shield symbol is special though. That's worth an additional 2 points every time it appears. So instead of 8, it would be 10 points. They take their meeple on the scorecard and bring them up to 10. Monasteries are done when they're surrounded by 8 tiles like this. And you get a point for every one of those tiles, including the monastery tile. So you get to move your meeple those 9 points. On your turn, you can't use multiple meeples. Even if there are multiple features, you can move them to on the tile. End of the game. The game ends when all tiles are placed. At this point, players score any incomplete features. Incomplete roads score 1 point per connected tile. Incomplete cities score 1 point per connected city tile. The shield point bonus is 1 instead of 2 if it's in an incomplete city at the end of the game. Incomplete monasteries score 1 point per adjacent tile, plus the monastery tile itself. When multiple players share a feature like a road or a city or a field, if it's shared equally, both players get the full amount. But dominance of a shared feature gets all the points. The player with the most points after final scoring wins. For a more detailed guide with tips, strategies, and how to score the fields, check out my complete guide to Carcassonne. And please subscribe, comment, and like.